It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
They're 3-4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
In exactly 24 hours' time, we'll be running the longest and the greatest race in the NOFSRL. But today, it's the Prelude to the Indianapolis 250, and the first race of the season in the NOFSRL Singtel Indy Light Series. We are here at the Brickyard, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, for the 2021 NOFSRL Freedom 50. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the first race in the 2021 season of the NOFSRL Singtel Indy Light Series, and the biggest race of the season for this series as well. And Indy Lights is back, even though I won't be doing the entire season. The gentleman alongside me will be doing that as we move along, but the Freedom 50 as always continues on here on AG Racing as a part of Indy 250 Week 2021. And it should be an excellent race here today for 20 laps of action around this 2.5-mile speedway. Of course, I'm joined alongside Hairgel Arvaladzo, who will be doing the rest of the season for us on his channel. But Hairgel, we got a mix of some veterans and some rookies, including the guy starting on the pole for this race in Jason Dady. How do you think he is going to do? He was excellent in qualifying yesterday. Do you think he might have a shot at winning his first career Napa Fan start?
Well, I think we could see him in the body armor victory lane in his very first attempt, but who knows? Maybe a pole sitter couldn't get hold along with the lead, and the guys at the back, especially Keegan Thompson, the last year's winner, could steal it, or maybe someone starting outside top 10 can make it in. But it's a long season, and Jason Dady could win some, but yeah, maybe even if he could not do Freedom 50 today, maybe the rest of the season he could do well.
We're just going to have to see what he can do in that number 5 machine. But everyone's focus today is on this Freedom 50 race victory, especially these guys starting up front. And last year, the winner of this race, Keegan Thompson, led 17 laps. Last 17 laps of the event to go home with the race victory. So passing in these Indy Lights machines is a little bit more difficult than it is in the IndyCar machines that we're going to see tomorrow. And it's only a 20-lap race, so more than likely the winner of this race is going to be starting from the top 10. We're just going to have to see how it all goes down. I actually haven't asked Hairgel how the point system's going to work, or if this is going to be a doubles points race or what. The Hairgel's going to be taking care of the points and everything as the season goes along. There are 4 drivers, though, that are in this race that won't be running the full season. The number 27 of Scott Upton, the number 35 of Chase Harris, the number 81 of Stephen Colon, and the number 94 of Josh Williamson. But at least in terms of the race on here on AG Racing, it kind of is treated as a special event on my end, but there will be points awarded as the season goes along for this event. Should be a great race here today. 20 drivers in the field. We're ready to get them rolling here in the Freedom 50, the prelude to the Indianapolis 250. And single car qualifying yesterday went to the number 5 of Jason Dady, who was the only driver to go under 41 seconds in qualifying yesterday. He will be starting alongside the 73 of Blake Parker. Row number 2 sees the defending winner of the Freedom 50, Keegan Thompson, to the inside of the 97 of Priya McShane. Row number 3 sees Ben Crouch in the 37 to the inside of Travis Crampton in the 82. Row number 4 sees the number 81 of Stephen Colon to the inside of Dennis Stryker. Row 5, it's the 46 machine of Daniel Bouchard to the inside of the 85. Or should I say the 7? Which one is that?
05, yeah.
05. Looks like an 8 there. 05 of Ryan Miniker. In row number 6, it's the number 35 of Chase Harris, the defending Haas IndyCar Series champion. He's to the inside of the 36 machine of Dale Lightning. Andrew Williams in the number 15 to the inside of the 94 of Josh Williamson. That's the 27 of Scott Upton to the inside of the 75 driven by Landon Smith Jr. 54 of Nathan Baird to the inside of the 52, driven by Arthur Xavier, and then Brennan Wilmington to the inside of Eric Monaco in the number 1. 6 drivers are in their second in Freedom 50 here today. Eric Monaco, Keegan Thompson, Andrew Williams, Scott Upton, Nathan Baird, and Landon Smith Jr. Those 6 drivers looking to get the race victory in their second start in this race. Hair Gel, who do you think's going to go to victory lane here in the Freedom 50 in 2021?
Well, this race is unpredictable, but I must say the number 81 of Stephen Colon. Well, we have been already seen in IndyCar before that there's a Indy 250 only ride winning a race, but we could see in Freedom 50 only ride to win this race.
We definitely could. There are 4 of them, and one of them is a defending Haas IndyCar Series champion, so it's going to be a great race, only 20 laps long, but it should be a fantastic one here as they come around the yard of bricks. We're green flag racing in the 2021 Freedom 50.
And yes, out of turn number 2 here, it's side by side with Jason Dady, seems like, and the last year's winner, Keegan Thompson, behind him, helping is his teammate number 37 of Ben Crouch. Well, we could see side by side racing and a pass exchange of the lead, when it seems like Jason Dady works out in the outside lane.
A great run there for a pulse hitter and true rookie to AG Racing. Jason Dady going to lead lap 1, but Keegan Thompson won this race last year, led 17 laps to go to victory lane in this Freedom 50 1 year ago. He wants to do it again. He's going to move to the inside and take it away, but here comes Ben Crouch, number 37. And there are teams this year, and those 2 drivers are teammates at Hairgel McLaren. And Ben Crouch going to move to the inside as the 82 of Travis Crampton is on the inside lane as well. A lot of double wide action going on up front.
Well, before we've never seen a caution for like 3 straight Freedom 50s, but with this type of racing we've been seeing, we could see one today.
We definitely could. If a caution does come out in today's event, it will only be 2 laps. At least it should be. Hopefully the fact that I set the starting lineup before I set the track type will not affect that. But either way, Travis Crampton now to the inside of Ben Crouch for the race lead. And now we have the 97 of Priya McShane moving to the inside. And she got her 1 career AG Racing win at Atlanta in the Turkey Hill National Series. And that race was pretty crazy. And so far, this race has been pretty crazy as well. Here comes the 05, Ryan Miniker, his first career Napa fan start. He's moving on the inside lane as well. And something we've seen in the past few years of this Freedom 50 is that these guys have gotten out single file in the first few positions. We have yet to get to that point yet in this race. And a lot of these guys going double wide, still battling for this race lead as McShane leads lap 3.
Yeah, and the 05 of Ryan Miniker is just behind him. Looks like he's trying to pass going into the back stretch. Also, discussing how will this series run. Well, the points format would be same as the as IndyCar series has. So there would be no points. No double points paying race, and as looks like Ryan Miniker has a run to the inside of the 97 of Priya McShane.
We'll have to see if Miniker can get a run here to the inside. Keegan Thompson up here as well. One driver we've yet to mention, 46 machine of Daniel Bouchard. I actually don't know if we mentioned Bouchard in the starting lineup. Can't remember if we did or not, but Daniel Bouchard, this is his first Freedom 50. And even though it's his first Freedom 50, he's got a lot of experience compared to a lot of these guys he's racing with. And he's going to try to get to the inside of McShane there. But Miniker pulling away now in this 05 machine. We've already had more leaders in today's Freedom 50 than we did last year. So already a more competitive race than a year ago. But now we're starting to see this 05 pull away as Bouchard moves up to the second position in the number 46.
This Appleseed Motorsports car Akron is sponsored is looking fast. As here comes the number 35, the Freedom 50 only ride, Mazda back sponsorship, Chase Harris. For one last time, he's right there, but to the inside of him is Landon Smith Jr. He started way back, I think, 16th or 18th if I'm not mistaken. But here's right now, he's on 4th, and rounding out the top 5 is the number 15 of Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams is also a I think this is also his second Freedom 50 as for the lead. The number 46 of Daniel Bouchard side by side with the number 05 Ryan Mineker. Looks like Ryan Mineker got it.
Yeah, Mineker getting that outside lane to work. That outside lane seems to be working pretty strong coming to the start-finish line, so that could definitely come into play for the finish of this race. But now Bouchard out front, and unlike past years, we're seeing a lot more passing for the race lead here in this Freedom 50, but as the tire wear comes to effect, that may change. These guys want to get up front, and so far we got some pretty strong players up front. Landon Smith Jr. now to the inside. And like you said, I believe he started in the 16th position for this race. He was deep in the field. And Andrew Williams was in this race last year, made his debut on Nampa Fan last year in this race. He's moving to the inside as we're side by side once again. Bouchard and Landon Smith Jr. And Bouchard, I think, barely led that lap ahead of the 75 machine. But Landon Smith Jr. Smith Jr. led that lap instead. And that 75 going to go right to the point.
He's told that as the number 46 of Daniel Bouchard, when he came out of turn number 1, he's on the outside. He lost some time, similar to Ryan Mineker on the previous lap. As look at that, when Keegan Thompson, he fought back. Well, he's on the outside lane. He came back to the inside, but the top 3 are pulling away. They're single file as the number 15 of Andrew Williams side by side with Priya McShane. Looks like one of these 3 drivers are going to win the Freedom 50 today.
We're going to have to see. They are pulling away from the rest of the field right now, and that's a good sign for them, but this race is far from over. Blake Parker trying to get a run here on Keegan Thompson, but I think we're finally starting to see this single file racing that we saw in years past, and the tire wear coming into play. It's a little bit harder to work that inside now that the tires are pretty much worn out. If we get a battle here, they may bring in Keegan Thompson. Andrew Williams trying to get to the inside of Priya McShane right there for the second position, but McShane may be able to clear him before they enter turn number 1. And Keegan Thompson able to hold off Blake Parker as Chase Harris is up here as well. Defending Haas IndyCar Series champion. One last run for him, and he's got a great run going for him as he's currently in the 6th position. 52 machine right behind him, Arthur Xavier, and Brendan Wilmington started in the last row for this race, and he's now up to the 8th position as Andrew Williams continues to battle with McShane as Landon Smith Jr. begins to pull away a little bit from the rest of the field here in this Freedom 50. Next time by, we're halfway here in Indianapolis.
Well, if Priya McShane and Andrew Williams continues the battle as they are doing right now, we could see Landon Smith Jr. pulling away as halfway of the race. Dab spams, everyone.
Yep, just like Matt would want it. I don't know how many of y'all are watching this. This is going up noon on a Friday. Not the most ideal time. But hey, if the real-life one was still going on, it would be going on now too. But Roger Penske had other ideas. That's the one thing I'm upset about, that they got rid of the real-life Freedom 100. Andrew Williams now falling into the clutches of Keegan Thompson, who's trying to get around him on the outside, but that just opened the door for Blake Parker to take 4th away. But Landon Smith Jr., this is the exact situation that happened last year when Keegan Thompson got out to the race lead. They kept on battling for second, and they just couldn't get to him. And that 75 has kept a considerable gap ever since he's taken the race lead. Andrew Williams going to go back to the inside of McShane. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. McShane keeps on working that outside lane and holding on the second. She knows she has an opportunity if she can get to Landon Smith Jr. But right now, nobody seems to have that much of an opportunity getting around anybody here in this Freedom 50.
Almost everyone are single file there. And if this 2nd to 5th help each other getting this draft, well, in this case, not. Well, we could see really number 75 pulling away this one. Well, looks like our Allen Motorsports, man, is getting lucky right there. But the 79 from the back, Brendan Wilmington going in, and Keegan Thompson
now.
Right in.
Actually, now he's up to 6th in that 79 machine. Keegan Thompson now to the inside of Blake Parker, and now Wilmington might get to the inside for the 5th position. At number 79, Hers machine was very fast last year in the Haas IndyCar Series. Brendan Wilmington wants some of that Hers magic in the open wheel machine. But it's the other Otter Island car, the 75 of Landon Smith Jr., who was in this race last year, has that Freedom 50 experience. So does Andrew Williams, Keegan Thompson. 3 of the 4 guys have run this race before, ran this race last year, so the experience really paying off. McShane now starting to pull away from Andrew Williams. We'll have to see if she can close in, get a tow on Landon Smith Jr. It's 7 laps to go in the Freedom 50. And I think anyone in the top 5 has a shot at winning this race. I don't know if anyone behind is going to have an opportunity. Bouchard side by side with Arthur Xavier, and they're about a second behind the race leader at this point. So those top 5, they're going to have the best shot at winning this race.
Well, hopefully we could see a nice finish than ever before. But as long as these drivers are not battling, and again, Priya McShane and Andrew Williams looks like they want to battle and trying to say Landon Smith Jr. Oh my God!
Yeah, Keegan Thompson just gave right way to Brendan Wilmington right there. I mean, I don't know if Andrew Williams is faster than McShane and just can't get around her on that inside or what, but McShane's been holding on very strong for that second position. But Williams, Wilmington is actually really fast right now. That 79 may be one of the fastest cars on the track as he's going to try for third now.
Oh, man.
Another position for Brendan Wilmington. Watch out for the driver of the number 79. Brendan Wilmington's looking pretty fast. He has gained, he started in the 19th position, he's now up to third. He has gained 16 positions in 15 laps. That's a position every lap. We'll have to see if he gets around Priya McShane here. Not going to be able to get it quite yet. Right. McShane holds on to the position, but if that 79 gets around the 97, Brendan Wilmington may go straight to the lead and find a way around Landon Smith Jr. But all these guys bunching up behind McShane. Now Keegan Thompson with a shot on Andrew Williams. As for second, Brendan Wilmington to the inside of Priya McShane for second place. Will Wilmington have enough time to get to Landon Smith Jr. and possibly steal this race win away? Oh boy.
From 9, whoa, they almost made contact. From 19th to 2nd, that was unbelievable for Brendan Wilmington and Other Island Motorsports 1-2 right now. As Andrew Williams falls back to 5th.
Brother!
Whoa.
Oh, boy, that was a close one there. As Keegan Thompson almost shot the middle, but he stepped out of the gas right in time to avoid a major accident there in turn number 1. And now McShane's falling back. Andrew Williams has gotten around her. Here comes Arthur Xavier in the 52. That is for the 4th position. And Daniel Bouchard's going to take 5th from the 97. But Landon Smith Jr., all that battling for second has allowed him to pull away with this lead. The big question is, now that we have a faster car in second in Brendan Wilmington, will he be able to close into the 75 and have a shot at the race victory? He is closing in. If he stays in the tow, he might have a shot at this race win.
The gap, yeah, as we can see in the leaderboard, he's closing in significantly. Well, with the help with Andrew Williams, I hope Andrew Williams could, if he do not pass Wilmington for second, we could see a nice battle to the finish. He's closing in right there.
He is. Brendan Wilmington has a lot of corner speed in that 79 machine. Andrew Williams right behind him. And I think Williams is going to be smart enough to kind of just let that 79 catch up. Because he knows if Wilmington gets around Smith, that's going to open the door for Williams to get around Smith Jr. So we're going to have to see if that plays out. Wilmington closing in still ever so slightly with 2 laps to go in this Freedom 50. And if Andrew Williams tries to make a move on Brendan Wilmington, that is going to do it. But he's not going to do it right here. Wilmington is closing in, and the 15 is staying behind. It's going to be between the... Oh, I don't know. Williams has a shot. He's going for second. That might be exactly what Smith Jr. needed to see. But Wilmington, I think, is going to be able to hold that outside lane, but he's going to lose a lot of momentum because of that. He was not able to get the better arc through the corner, so it's the white flag for Landon Smith Jr. in the 75. 1 lap to go in the Freedom 50. And now Arthur Xavier to the inside of Andrew Williams. Wilmington's going to have one more shot, but I don't know if he's close enough to make a move on Landon Smith Jr.
Well, I think he's closing back in, but because of Andrew Williams, Brendan Wilmington lost in time. Well, I think even if Landon Smith Jr., it's still a good achievement for Brendan Wilmington. As Other Island Motorsports 1-2 right there, looks like he's closing in out of turn number 4.
He's closing in, but I just don't think he's going to have enough time, but he is going to have a shot. It's not enough. Landon Smith Jr. dominates the Freedom 50 and gets the race victory at Indianapolis.
Oh my god, man. Other Island Motorsports 1-2 right there. very incredible achievement.
Yeah, I know. Everyone, man, the Chase Harris magic continues, doesn't it? I don't know. My team in open wheel, the ratings are equal, guys. You know I don't pull this stuff. You know I don't. Landon Smith Jr., the biggest win of his career, maybe outside of his first career race victory, but a huge win for Landon Smith Jr. His brother's going to be in the Indy 250 tomorrow. Wouldn't it be something if Trey Smith got that one? But Landon Smith Jr. dominates the second half of the race, and all that battling for a second allowed him to pull away. And it was just like last year when Keegan Thompson went on to win this race. Just dominated at the end there, and if Andrew Williams didn't get to the inside of Brendan Wilmington there, I think Wilmington might have had a shot at getting around Landon Smith Jr., but it was just simply not enough, and Landon Smith Jr. gets the race victory in the 2021 NOFSRL Freedom 50. There are the official results right there. And Hair Gel, that's going to be a taste of what we're going to see all season long here. Of course, 2 weeks from now, we go to Texas. How do you think that race is going to play out? It's going to be a lot like this one where these guys are close at the beginning, but do you think they may pull away near the end there?
Yeah. Well, that was Indianapolis at its finest. Well, even though Landon Smith Jr. dominated the race, well, at least this is just the beginning of the Single Indy Light series, but, well, there's a long season to go. There are 7 races left here in the Single Indy Light series. Well, we could see someone, or maybe who's currently last in the points, Dennis Striker, can be a points leader in any points, but let's see, who knows. I cannot predict the world. I cannot predict the NR community.
No, no one can. I know my team won, but trust me, we didn't make that happen on purpose. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said, the rest of the season going to be on Hair Gel's channel. If you check in the Discord, the channel is in my little section there, Singtel Indy Light series. But definitely recommend checking out the rest of the season here. Kind of great to have Indy Lights back in a sense here, along with the Haas IndyCar series, kind of the developmental series to the IndyCar series. And who knows, I might still do IndyCar next year because I really love this series, and I'm just going to have to see what next year brings. But hey, we're in this year, and a great event here today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Landon Smith Jr. gets the race victory in the Freedom 50. And that's just a little bit of a taste of what's to come tomorrow at noon Eastern Time with the Indianapolis 250. Al Legacy leading us to the green flag. It should be a very fun 100-lap event here around this 2.5-mile speedway tomorrow, noon Eastern Time. And it's the best race we do all year on this channel. My favorite race to do all year on this channel. That and the Thanksgiving 500. The Thanksgiving 500 is a close second, but the Indy 250 is just means so much to win that race. Nicholas Samedeo going for his 3rd win. Who knows how it's all going to be. Hey, you're going for it, man. You're going to be in that event. Definitely excited to see what you can pull off in tomorrow's 100-lap race. You're also in tonight's race, too. The Coke 600 coming up tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here on AG Racing. Hope you guys stick around and enjoy that one. The longest race of the season in the NOFSRL Cup Series. 80 laps in Charlotte. Had a great race last night in the Turkey Hill Series. At least I'm assuming we did. I've yet to record it, but I'm assuming we had a good race there. And had a great All-Star race last weekend, so we should have another great race in the Cup Series later tonight. But either way, thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to Landon Smith Jr. I don't think I'm going to put the points up for the series quite yet, just because I'm just going to give Hair Gel the file, and he'll take care of that. So you'll see the points at the end of the second race. But like I said, keep up with the Discord to figure out where all those races are going to go. Just subscribe to Hair Gel. All the races are going to be in his channel from now on in this year's season. But anyway, thank you so much to Hair Gel for joining me for this year's Freedom 50. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the Indianapolis 250 at noon Eastern Time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Landon Smith Jr. once again. And I will see you guys later.